How's it going, everybody? Luke Cyr here from the Luke Cyr Foundation. Our Road to Resilience initiative in 2025 was off the charts, and it was more of a hat in hand approach to solving our mental health problems. Going forward in 2026, we're going to do a hands-on approach, and starting off is going to be perfect. I have my brother Sean, who doesn't mind me telling you this. He's a police officer. He suffers from PTSD. You guys know my story. Military veteran. I suffer from PTSD. Um, so what we decided to do is challenge each other to promote a healthy lifestyle, a well-balanced diet, followed by motivational books and speeches and meditation and things like that. So we've started a healthy body, healthy mind challenge, and we're so lucky today to have Sean Sutherland with us. Sean Sutherland is a personal trainer and a nutritionist who's going to help us basically, so it's not confusing, the most basic way you could start a healthy lifestyle, starting by going to the gym and with your nutritional facts. So starting off today, we're going to be with Sean, telling us about all the personal training things we can do as beginners to start a healthy life and stay in the light and stay away from the darkness. So without further ado, we have my brother Shawn Cyr, who's going to get us started.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke. Good intro. Sudsy, thanks for being on with us today. I know it's been hard getting this back and forth and all the
Thank
timing,
you.
right? But it's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
So if you could, maybe you could give us a little background on yourself and some of the fitness.
Sure. So I started out playing hockey young, like most Canadian kids do. And there was always this little spot in the back of my mind, like, what else can I do better to play hockey? How can I help other people be better at playing hockey? And around 14 or 15, I decided to take a program that was offered at the local health club for personal training, just to get more knowledge for myself. And with that, it kind of inspired me to, carry on with improving my personal training expertise as well as improving myself and others. So my first program, my first major one was CanFit Pro, which is owned by Good Life Fitness now, but it's an older program, very, very well put together. Taught you the basics of how to do a basic program, how to do basic meal plan, not so much nutrition, but just basically how to get it put together. Second one was Sports Performance Institute, which was okayed by and sponsored by Wayne Gretzky back in the day. I did that when I was in the military. And I was actually, it was the same time I was serving with Luke. So a few of us went from the unit and took that program. And then after that, and carrying on with my fitness end of it and just trying to stay up to date, really, because things do move forward quickly in the fitness industry. I did an International Sports Science Association program where it's a dramatically advanced program where you can do meal plans as well as specific training programs for specific sports specific clients, basically. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I still keep up to date with it, but owning my business and which is a construction business is a little hard to do both. So I'm still up to date. I stay current with everything. It's just now I do this specifically for some of the programs that I help Luke out with and some of the other veterans that, come to me and say, hey man, I'd like to, I quit drinking. I want to, how do I improve my health through food or, and fitness at the same time. So that's where I'm at with that as we're sitting right now. So
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, great. So Sudsy, when it comes to the basics, right? Like when people are just like, hey, I'm tired of my unhealthy life. I want to get started, and they want to jump right into it. What kind of exercise plans are out there that people can kind of just try to find the best one for them? Because I'm sure the fit's not for everybody on just this is what you do, blah, 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 blah. What kind of exercises plans are out there that people can research and to get them involved?
A good question. That's the basic. That's the first thing that people come to you with, and you have to assess yourself. If you're an overweight fella or lady, whatever that looks like, how overweight are you? What should you start on? Usually, heart health is something like aerobic, starting to walk, getting out, getting off the couch, ensuring that you're not stagnant and that you're not just being immobile all the time. That's a big cause of overweight. And what happens with sitting around and being overweight is you place more weight on the joints, your body gets achy, you decide, yeah, I was going to go out today, but I'm a little sore, I'm not going to do it. So it kind of sets you back in your goals. So if you're thinking about anything, start walking right off the hop. Try getting out in the morning for a nice 10, 15-minute walk, if that's as far as you can go, or a 5-minute walk as far as you can go. That's your aerobic end of it. Then there's strength training that goes along with your aerobic, which is weight training, which could be weights or body weight. If you don't have weights to use for a gym membership, which not everybody has that option, especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can use body weight. And there's tons of programs online. So if you're inclined to look up a body weight program, you can find a bunch of really good videos that show you how to do the proper movements, whether it's a lunge or a squat, sitting against a wall, that kind of stuff. That is non-weight body weight training, basically. Then there's Pilates and there's yoga, and those basically help with stability and core strengths. And those 3 and 4 put together are great for any individual who wants to start. But if you're having a hard time motivating, start walking. Get out there in the morning and start walking, or the afternoon, or whatever that looks like. So again, there's aerobic, which is your heart health. It gets your blood flowing, gets your blood pumping, gets you motivated to maybe get into the weight program or do a body weight program. And then the stretching with the Pilates and yoga. And again, there's 1,000 programs out there with all those same movements in it. It's just finding the one that's right for you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Nice. So Sudsy, let's say I'm just getting started and I'm watching this video, and there's gonna be a lot of people that see this and they hear, okay, there's some aerobic stuff and some strength stuff, and I've probably got to work on some agility or flexibility. Like, how often should I be going out and doing things and be starting with? Like, is this like 7 days a week? Is this 2-a-days? Is this start easy? Like, how should I get started if I'm just a beginner?
Just a beginner, you're going to test the waters with your walks. Do your walks in the morning and see what that feels like. I mean, it could be a couple of weeks before you decide to jump into the weight training or even the stretch training or the Pilates. You got to get that blood flowing first. So again, it's an individual basis. Now, if say you're a construction guy and you're on your feet all day, you're moving weights, you're moving weight as in lumber and tools, that kind of, you're already moving weight. Maybe it's just a matter of, instead of going home and cracking a pint and sitting down and eating and then going to bed, maybe go for that walk before you do any kind of food to get the heart rate moving again, and do some stretching because you're already lifting. So again, it depends on what your daily routine is like already and what your body composition is like. That's a totally different animal. You get into that when you get a little bit more advanced and you're working out, but it's a test the waters. If you are so inclined to get out walking and you find that's easy, do 10 minutes the next day. And then you're so inclined to go to the gym, make sure you get someone who's at the gym to show you how to do some light, easy training, maybe some bicep curls or some squats, or maybe just get on the treadmill and walk in there and instead of being outside. But at least you're introducing your body to different movements a little at a time. Now, if you jump right into the water and you injure yourself, again, you can be set back weeks, if not months, depending on what that injury looks like. So ensure that you're doing the proper movements if you're walking with a lunge squat or something like that, or maybe just sitting on a wall squat. Ensure you're doing it properly so you're not injuring yourself. So, and again, back to the answer is you got to test the waters yourself and, have someone who knows what they're doing, maybe help you out. And there's a ton of videos online that you can find. Not all of them are the greatest videos put together, but they do show proper movements. And it's just a matter of surfing through that and trying to figure what that looks like. But yeah, get a little at a time if you're just a basic beginner. Yep.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks.
You're welcome.
So Sean, we've got our Sudsy, sorry, we've gotten through that basic little startup, and then you know what I mean. And it could be the person who starts just the basic, and they're a month in, and it's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to the gym. Um, what do you suggest when it comes to gym time? Is it a 7 day a week thing? Is it Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Take 3 days off. Like, how do you break that down when you need to educate yourself? Because I'm pretty sure it's not 365 when you're doing this workout thing, right? It can
Correct.
become almost like an addiction.
Correct, and it can be, and again, you can go both ways. It's like eating food. You find your favorite food and you eat that all the time, and next thing you know, you realize you're a chunky monkey. So it's like weight training individually or on an individual basis. You have to kind of tone it down. You might like a great exercise; it might work well for you, but overdoing it could stress the joints, the knees, the back, the hips, whatever that looks like. So Sean asked me that question. I failed to answer that part. I got tied up into the small part. But so maybe a 2 day on, 2 day off to start. You need 2 days for rest recovery, especially if you're starting doing some weight training. Walking, you're on your feet all day anyways, unless you're on the larger end of the scale and you don't get out and do physical activity outside like walking. So you walk one day and then the next day you take it off. Your legs might be a little sore, your back might be a little sore, your hips might be a little sore. Weight training, 2 days on, very simplified, full body workout. Don't try and single out any single muscle, and then take 2 days off. And usually your second day will be your pain day, where your joints are a little sore from your last workout, and then the next morning you should be pretty clean. Clean as in not as in pain, but maybe just a little tight. Do some stretching, and then get back into your workout again. And again, you got to test those waters, because if you're injuring yourself while you're training, you're not going to want to go back to the gym the next time, right? So you're going to kind of retreat back into maybe the same spot you were in on the couch. So definitely a little at a time. 2 days on, 2 days off. Once you get more advanced, you can do a 3 day on, 1 day off. Once you get even more advanced, you could do a 5 day on, 2 days off. And again, that's specific to what your goals are going to be. And when it comes to the weight training end of it, walking is never going to hurt anybody unless you're walking on, broken bones or sore tendons or sore knees. But walking is probably the best thing anybody can do to kick off right before their workout. Do your weight training, finish with a walk, warm down, and then carry on. But you need that break. Otherwise, if you don't have that break, you're going to end up injuring yourself. And again, maybe sitting back on that couch for a couple more weeks.
So basically, like kind of to sum that up, when it comes to everybody wanting to have their 8-pack abs in a month, it's not going to happen. This is a baby step program, and that's the best way to approach it, is that baby steps.
Exactly, and you feel yourself out. You're the only one who's going to be able to tell yourself, I'm good to go today. I'm going to go to the gym instead of taking a day off. Or, man, I'm a little bit sore still from my last workout. I'm going to take this day off instead of going back in. So again, once you get into it and you start realizing what your body is telling you, and that's the biggest thing, the mind-body connection. Once you get that mind-body connection going, you'll be able to tell yourself, yeah, I can do the gym. I'm going to get through this pain. It's just a little bit of stretching I got to do. And then, bam, you get back into your workout again. So, but again, mind, body, feel yourself out. Don't jump into it too hard, and take it easy to start. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice. So here's a, I guess it's a more down the rabbit hole or specific question. It's, back when you're 20, 25, you just jump in, do your workout and go home and things are fine. But I'm turning 48, 50's coming. And it's like, is there really a point to this warm up, cool down stuff? Should I have it in my workouts? Do I have to really worry about it? What do you say?
Yes. I mean, back in the day when the natives were chasing the deer, they didn't stretch. They just ran after them, but that was their animal. And they weren't the old boys out there. They were the young bucks out there trying to catch these deer. So again, like you said, back in your 20s, you jumped right into it and no problems. You have good bone health, good tendon strength. Your body metabolizes food like crazy. You do that warm up. do the stretches, and then your cool down, it could be, again, you could walk to the gym. That's your warm up, gets your heart going, gets the blood flowing. Do your stretches when you get in there. If you're doing a body specific movement that day, like a squat, you're going to stretch your legs, your lower back, your hamstrings. And then your cool down could be your walk home. You get that blood flowing again, like fresh blood, fresh air. If you're walking home, or maybe you're on a treadmill, but the cool down, or the warm up and the cool down, are important once you hit 50. I know, but you gotta treat it right. Otherwise, you injure yourself, and then you're off 3-4 days without being able to train. And again, you might put yourself back on the couch even longer if you're not paying attention. So warm up and cool down, especially once you start hitting the 50-year-old mark, and you got a couple of years in you anyways. But yeah, make sure you warm up, cool down, stretch. You stretch before the workouts, and it's been proven. If you stretch before the workouts, you're getting fresh blood into that specific muscle group, and that fresh blood is what's going to help oxygenate the muscle and help it grow.
Awesome. Thanks, Sudsy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Sean,
happy to be here with you guys.
I'm into this real, I don't know, like maybe it's a little more advanced for people.
Could you just speak up into your mic? I'm losing you, bro.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is this worthwhile? I know it's a little advanced, but high intensity interval training, is it worthwhile? And when should it be done prior to your exercises? Or after your exercises, or what, like, is it good to do before you work out? Is it just good to do on its own? Is it good to do after you work out? What's your idea on high intensity interval training?
Well, that's anything you're looking at for training can be considered high intense interval training. Like, so running on a treadmill and high speed for 5 minutes, and then jumping off for 5 minutes, back on for 5 minutes. Heavy squats for 5 minutes straight, and then getting off the squat rack for 5 minutes, and then getting back on. So that's more of an advanced program. Beginners can do it. I would start that with maybe the cardio, with maybe walking faster for a couple of minutes and then taking a break. But there's so many programs that are involved with the high intensity interval training that it's unbelievable what they have online right now for that. And again, I'm referring back to online because a lot of people that are out there that are listening to us right now, they might not have access to a personal trainer, might not have access to us talking or whatever that looks like. But you get online and you can look everything up. And there are videos to support what that movement looks like. And there are videos support on what the proper movements should be. But yeah, high intensity training, that's more of an advanced product that you would use for something like, I trained a couple of hockey players a few years back. Those guys are gas on, hand-eye coordination, speed and aggression on the ice, mobility and agility, back and forth movements, side to side. So they specifically use high intensity training in between basic heavy weighting or heavy weight lifting. So again, it's more of an advanced product. And if you are interested in something like that, again, just look it up online. There's going to be 1,000 programs out there. Find the one that you feel is talking to you best. There's a lot of language out there that confuses some people, but find the videos that talk to you best and watch those over. And if you need to have help, go into the gym and ask one of the personal trainers in there, what do they think about this program and how would that look? And at least you're getting a professional person that's in a gym that does that all the time, as opposed to maybe somebody who's got an online program and he might be not teaching you the right way. Yeah, high intensity, more of an advanced program for the advanced bodybuilder or maybe even sports specific training.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, Sudsy, in the beginning, Luke mentioned that there's a challenge for him and I, and some people have kind of construed this as being a contest, but it's more of a, we've kind of set our goal. So Luke has a goal, I've got a goal. I'm guessing other people coming on, and I mean, I'm a kind of a goal-oriented person, so I'm hoping they set a goal as well, so they know if they've achieved something. But do my fitness goals dictate the exercises that I should be doing, and will those kind of change, or is it the other way around? I should pick a fitness program and then just sort of get the results. Like, how does that work?
So yeah, good question. Most people, when they come in, they have a goal. I'd like to lose weight, or I want to put, 3 inches on my biceps, or whatever that looks like. But the goals are the specific, that's what they want. Now, whatever you guys are looking for, what you're doing, whether you're going to get fit, and Luke's going to get that 8-pack he's been looking for 20 years. But yes, goal specific training. You got sorry.
That's okay.
Specific training is training. You have to set those goals out there. Now, and again, it depends on what it is. Say you just want to get off the couch. That's a goal. That's a great goal. Say you just want to get out of the house, go for that walk. That's a goal. That's a great goal. The specific training for that is walking, and keeping your eye on the prize the whole time, and not, getting sucked back into, I'm just going to take the day off. Otherwise, you're not making that goal. So to answer your question, Sean, it can go both ways on that one. If you're already set up in a program where, you're fit, and I know, Sean, you're a fit guy, but you're already set up in a program, you know how to use the gym, your goal specific training is now maybe you're looking to put on some beef, you're looking to put on maybe some more weight on the squat rack, as opposed to, doing high intensity training, high reps. But yeah, your goal specific training is, again, specific to your goal. Your training, in the end, there's so many products out there, and so many goal driven programs out there. Again, they're online, and I hate to keep doing this to you, but all that stuff is online. So we say you want to put, lose 20 pounds. You can find a program that will give you the information to get the treadmill and do the high intensive training and all that stuff. But are you ready for it? Start for the small ones first. Get out the house, get your walking done, get your cardio done, learn how to stretch properly, learn how to work out properly, and then you can focus more on your goal specific. Does that help you out?
Oh yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, one last question, Sean. Is it that big of a deal? You know where I live. I live out in the boondocks here, and the wrong east wind or west wind could stick me here for a couple days. Right. So if I'm going hard at the gym, and I got my programs at the gym, is it that big of a difference if I'm stuck here for 3-4 days and I was going to the gym to do legs today? Is it okay to do it without the weights? Break my program and do all these things, as long as I'm actually doing some sort of exercise for that muscle group?
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be muscle group specific. Just get your body moving. Push-ups, lunges, wall squats. If you have a chin-up bar, any of that stuff could work. And yeah, if you're stuck at home, there's all sorts of things you can do around the house. I mean, if you have stuff to do outside, go shovel the snow. I mean, instead of using the snowblower for the day, if you're snowed in, you get the shovel going. That gives you some cardio, gives you some anaerobic health. Also gets your back moving, gets you outside. You're not stuck in the house for those 4 days. But if you are, kind of landlocked, get outside. At least you're not sitting alone, or not alone, but sitting in the house alone, wondering what you could be doing. Get out, walk the cat. I know you got 2 of them. And walk the dog, whatever that looks like, but shovel the snow instead of getting the snowblower or the snowplow guy coming. Shovel the end of the driveway. Or if it's raining out, just get outside in your galosh and your rain jacket and go for that walk. As long as you're mobile on those 3 or 4 days off, you're not stagnant, and your body isn't going to recess, and you're not going to seize up, because once you get back in the gym after those 3 to 4 days, you might be a little stiff. And that's going to entail you maybe lightening the weights up. You're not really retreating your goal any, but what you're doing is you're just setting your body back a little bit, because you've been warm, you've been consistent for the past, say, 2 to 3 months. Don't let it happen. Don't sit at home. Get out, do the walks, do the push-ups. If you got sit-ups, or you're so inclined to be able to do sit-ups, do lunges outside, walking lunges, wall squats, and stretch. The stretching, that's going to get the blood flowing through the body. Start at the legs, push the blood all the way up, and then start at the top and push the blood all the way down. Get that blood from top to bottom, nice and fresh. And again, once you start back in the gym 3 or 4 days later, it won't be as, load bearing as it would be if you didn't do anything for 3 to 4 days.
Wicked. Thank you very much, Sean. That's all the questions we have for you today. You're going to help out so many people. Everybody who's out there, let's follow along. Let's thank Sean, and let's use the knowledge that he's given us to better our lives. So thank you very much, Sean, and we'll be talking to you again for the nutrition video coming up in a couple days.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sudsy.
Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Lukey.